All right, guys, we're live right now, man. We're in the building with the Belmar brothers, man. Shout out to them for coming to Miami. It's going to be a great time. And also as well, man, we got a special treat for you guys coming along too. So intro, and then let's start. Let's go.
Tyson Graphics Making.
I guess we're back, man. Yo,
we're live.
We had dinner yesterday, guys. It was a great vibe, man. Shout out to the Belmar brothers for
great time. I told you why I like the Komodo place.
You did. Yo, he came in and ordered a bunch of food. I'm like, damn, dude, like you've been here many times, bro. But you killed it, bro. You killed it.
But this guy's plugged. You're the Miami plug, bro.
Somewhat.
The place is busy. They seat the man. They seat the man wherever he wants. That's nice flex, bro.
It's love, man. It's love. All right, we got some chats here. Chill Scene says, W Luke, W Fresh, hashtag Free Sneeko.
I'm gonna post this on my stories on Instagram as well.
Fire. Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, it's an honor, man, having the Belmar brothers in here. Great guys, man. Met them in Romania with the Tates, and good energy meets good energy. So there you go. Michael says again, everybody overreacted to AK. I'm with Fresh. Even though he pushed me off the couch, PS, your laundry is done. All right, brother. That's funny as hell, man. All right, we got next. Again, Trostin says, Fresh, I'm getting LeVar Ball on the show. He said he'd reach out to me personally when he's ready. Also, I can probably get Ray Lewis and Tom Brady. Yes or yes. Bro, if you can pull that off, bro, that'll be a big W, bro. And Don DeMarco.
What's happening with Tom Brady right now? I saw something about his wife. Did you know?
Yeah, bro. They're about to get a divorce, man.
Why?
Dude, is Tom Brady ain't safe? Your ass ain't safe either, bro. Just saying it, keeping 1,000 with you. So
here's the thing. He's got priorities, and the priorities come first. And his priorities at this point are professional. And if you're going to be with a partner long term, that partner needs to understand that as a man, you have other priorities besides the woman. You know, you have other priorities in conquest, the development of self, your business, your people, your family. You have so many things going through your mind, achievement, success, becoming something, excelling, all these things in your mind that are running 24/7, that as a woman, I believe you need to understand that your man is going to go through that process of not thinking about you 24/7 and focusing on himself. And that is the type of man that you want.
But you would think after all these years she would get it, but I guess not.
I mean, it's not enough rings, bro. Like, this is crazy.
She got the ultimate ring though, so I don't know what you're worried about. Michael says, Andrew Tate or Tosin Tate? How about neither? I'm just kidding, bro. Cool. So guys, before we even start, hold on one sec. King says, W Belmars, Fresh, did you watch the Marquette's video breaking down how AK and Tory Lane's manager were gaslighting you the whole stream? Yeah, bro. I mean, you know, I get it. Point the finger at somebody else to take the blame off of you. I get it, bro. But hey, bro, it's part of the game. Feel me? All right. Before we start, though, Luke has a special note he wants to say to you guys on stream.
Bro, so I'm thinking, right? We got 450 motherfuckers up in here watching. We're going to have this clipped. It's going to be on fucking TikTok. What I've realized, I'm walking down the streets of London, right, last week, and I'm in a situation where I'm like, dude, this is a fucking, like, I just came to the terms of this is a fucking matrix. Everything that I do in 30 seconds, nobody will remember.
That's true.
Nobody. They'll be on to their next bullshit. When was the last time you remember something embarrassing somebody else did? Like, actually, that you remember it from a stranger? You don't. It's a vague memory. You don't even remember the face. So I tell people, whenever you're going to do something that's dope, something that's excited, you got to crank out some fucking push-ups. If you can't do 25 fucking push-ups, even if you struggle to 25, as a man, you got some problems. So let's crank out some fucking push-ups, G. What do you think?
Let's do it, bro. I'm down with it.
Push-ups. Hey, for everybody in chat, everybody watching TikTok, all that shit, give me 25. Go crank out some push-ups. Straight 25. Doesn't matter where you are, where you stand. The NPCs will look at you. They'll laugh. But then the NPCs have the dad bods, and the NPCs have all the cancer issues, and the NPCs have the diabetes, and they're the ones laughing at you. So we're going to crank out our fucking push-ups.
Let's do it. Shit. All right, guys. So, guys, get off your couch. Get off your chair, bro. Do push-ups with us, bro. At least 25 push-ups, all right? Let's do it. live on stream. Are we gonna open this shit up?
25.
This one as well.
No.
25?
Yeah, we do 25.
All right, guys. So one of the biggest reasons you want to get into some sort of flow of exercise is to get the blood flowing. It will also help with concentration and yeah, don't be a little bitch. Boom.
What's he right?
Yeah, we can see it. Boom. Cool. Look at his. I should take my shoes off. Let's go. All right. Dude,
I'm up next.
out, bro.
Sheesh.
Bro, yo, he's getting a chest pump, bro.
He's doing it in a Rolex, bro. A Rolex,
He's flexing that, bro.
flexing that. Sheesh. How much is that?
He didn't count, bro. That was Bruce Lee.
Is that pretty good?
That was impressive, bro.
Is that pretty decent?
That was impressive. I think
Good little first run.
All right, gotcha, man.
All right, let's go, fresh.
Somebody give me that count.
Boom. Boom. He's getting that chest pump.
Run
guys.
that for fresh.
He's getting that chest pump. Let's go, fresh. Squeeze that bitch. Oh, the main hero is here. What's up, buddy? Hey. What's up? Come on, fresh.
All right.
Come on.
Good 25, bro. Good place to start.
What a G, bro. Let's go.
Good, run it. Somebody said L form. Bro, shut the fuck up. Do your 25 push-ups and don't worry about somebody that's on the 80th floor in the penthouse doing his push-ups when you're doing your push-ups from your mom's basement. So don't worry about the form, right? Worry about your form of life.
There you go, man. Listen, bro. Point is, we doing that, man.
Nate's out here doing some Bruce Lee stuff.
Yo, it's funny, bro. Last week I couldn't even do like 10 push-ups, so I'm happy, man. You feel me? Yo, Nate is doing some type of like gymnastic shit with side to side. What the hell, Nate? Bruh. Guys, I hope you're doing this as well, man. Get off your couch, get off your chair. Let's get this going. Okay, I'm reading some chats here. One second. Are these mine or these yours? I know, doesn't matter. Whew. Bro.
All right, yeah,
This
just
feels
quick little
great.
push-ups, bro. Just a quick little pump, little blood flow running through your body. Nice little oxygen.
Okay, so we're good.
All right, who did their push-ups? W in the chat, right? If people did their push-ups,
W in chat, guys. Can you shut the
You guys tell me you feel better.
Oh, way better.
I feel great.
Can you shut the door? Thanks, bro. That's right. Wait. Here, come on.
Okay. Here, come here.
Here, come on. Here. He's coming.
Your dog is an anime character.
Bro.
He's amazing.
He's in every single anime about dogs. Okay, man. So W in the chat, guys. If you do your push-up, shout out to y'all, man. Actually, you know what? Before we even start, Don DeMarco, bro. We all did our push-ups, so can you hear? Can you actually hear all out of those, bro, or no?
I'll tell you.
Let me know if you can. Can you?
No.
No.
Check.
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Perfect.
All right.
All right, guys. So we're done with that. Yo, W's in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Sheesh. World Wide Web. All right, guys. I'm gonna read these, and we're gonna start with the intro of their childhood growing up, the Belmar brothers, and then also as well how they made it in life. So we'll do hella W's in the chat. Sheesh, that's fire. Okay.
Dude, 69. 6. Lol.
Yo, okay, hold on. Francis Bautista says, how long will TikTok organic last? I guess growth.
I would give it a year.
Yeah.
Year and a half in its current form.
Okay. We have King Chillin, $100, Don DeMarco. Shout out to you, bro, for that. Let's see a little bit higher. All right, guys, and then we have also as well on guys. Thanks for the support, man. For real.
Yeah, what's up?
So many chats in here, guys. King Chillin says, "Let's go." Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate that, Dono. Press says, we're watching Luke change Fresh's life in real time. Facts, bro.
Hey, buddy.
Here's I want to join in, bro. Wants to play. Ray says, gentlemen, it's fantastic to see you all. Nate, I've been fascinated by biohacking lately. Are there any resources you would recommend for people getting into it? And you guys for existing?
Yeah, at Mr. Belmar on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's all you need. What you need to do is surround yourself with people that are doing and have done what you want to do. Steroids free, bullshit free, all these supplements that they try to shove down you. The world has enough supplements for you. You just have to unlock them and find them. And, you know, people talk about like exercising. You mentioned this today to me, was like people want to get ripped and they want to get shredded and they want to get healthy in an effective manner quickly.
Yeah.
Right. They don't want to go through the bullshit. They don't want to fail. And that's what we call biohacking.
Correct.
There you go. All right. And let's see. I think last one here. There's a snake in my boot. Resh, shout out to you, bro. And I think that's it for now. All right, cool. So just guys, you can start off the podcast. What was it like in your childhood and then coming to America, so on and so on?
Yeah. So just a quick kind of like going back a little bit. We met in
Romania.
Bucharest.
Yeah.
Bucharest.
Tate's house.
Tate's house. We met at Tate's house, and kind of like what I resonated with you in the beginning with was regarding kind of like an immigrant background and coming from a situation where you actually have to make it, you know, and, you know, I truly believe people do have I can't hear myself now.
Can you hear yourself now?
Yeah.
Go.
Check 1 2.
Cool.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Good.
Yeah. So we grew up in a family that we never, you know, missed anything. We come from Argentina. We always had what we needed, but we weren't rich. You know, we didn't have money. It was more so like you go on vacation 5 days once a year. So like normal family, but still a peasant, you know. And what is a peasant? A peasant by definition is a working man, a person that's working, not royal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not a feudal lord. So we were in that peasant category. And at the age of 16, you know, we finished high school early and things of this nature because we're academic weapons geniuses.
Sheesh, I like that.
We finished at 16 and I was like, fuck it, I need to go to America. So at the age of 16, my parents gave me $200. My uncle, who's a pilot, let me sit where the flight attendants sit. So I got a free flight to the US. And then just for the last couple of years, I just built an empire in crypto and in e-commerce. That's the come up story. I don't want to go into all the jobs, but you know, you wash the toilets, you work at the restaurants, and then.
But you were a waiter, right?
Yeah,
I think
waited tables.
that story is unique because you saved up a lot of your resources working there.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great example. That's a great example. So that's a great point. I think that's worth mentioning. In fact, so you know, I started working in restaurants because I wanted something where I didn't have to necessarily do sales, but I could still get really good people skills, right?
Yeah.
So what I said is, okay, I don't want a job that pays me to show up. I want a job that pays me to perform. Any intelligent person wants to get paid to perform. Why? Because only lazy people want to get paid to show up. True people that want to make it, they want to get paid for their performance. So I was like, okay, I'm a commoner. How am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to wait tables. So I started waiting tables, started making tips, got better at waiting tables. I would literally read books on how to get better at upselling desserts and how to get better at upselling like drinks and things of this nature so that I could make more money. I remember, you know, making tips up to like $700. So we were in situations where we were making massive tips, and one of my fellow servers introduced me to the stock market, right? This was many years ago. This when Tesla was like at $100. It was a long, long time ago. And when Bitcoin was sitting at $400. So what we would do is we would take our tips for the day. We would go to Wells Fargo, which was our bank, right? And we would deposit the cash in the ATM. And when we deposited the cash in the ATM, it would show up in your bank account, instant deposit. We would go to a little website called Bitstamp, and we would buy Bitcoin, right? We'd buy Bitcoin for hundreds of dollars, right? Not thousands, not tens of thousands. For
what year was that?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2016, and in 2017 we got, or excuse me, 2017. That's when we started getting into crypto. Early 2017. 2016, we were already meddling with drop shipping and e-commerce. Made a couple million with that. Did quite well. Then rolled over all of my money, every single penny into crypto in March of 2020 in the big crash.
Weren't you scared about that? Like putting all your money into crypto? Because I'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
all my cash?
And
God
that's
damn.
exactly when you do it, right? You do it when the situation is favorable. And you understand that the situation is favorable when you understand how the world in the matrix works. So you understand that the market goes up when the Fed prints money and when the interest rates go down and they allow the creation of loans to take place. So as that became rampant because of COVID, it just became obvious that we needed to invest into the market. And then we exited all of our crypto positions and I made it a public call at 59,000 for Bitcoin.
Sheesh.
Exited everything, exited all of my Ethereum that I was purchasing $10,000 a day of at $90. He was with me the whole time.
Were you there when, so he was there
Yeah.
when it happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
what,
we were.
what were you thinking when he sold that at that price, bro?
I mean, when he sold it, when he bought it,
When he sold?
dude. I mean, I thought it was a no-brainer. Like, it was a no-brainer because he had previously called certain things in the crypto market when a lot of people were saying otherwise.
Mhm.
So he's been calling a lot of trends right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it to him, and he was right, bro, 100%.
So, you know, I called the big trend that I called was DeFi, right? So I have a little tattoo right here of a little coin called PancakeSwap, which became very popular here in Miami with all the crypto scammers, people doing pump and dump coins.
I know Andrew talked about it as well.
Yeah, so
He was printing as well,
we were
bro.
actually talking about that, and I was actually the top 10 holder in the world of that token. I started purchasing. I owned 1% of the supply at sub $25 million market cap, and I rode that to 2.6 billion, if I'm not mistaken. 2.6 billion, so it was over 100x play, and it was pretty good. And yeah, just got into NFTs, got into Web3, doing advisory for some big projects in that space, and now just building Capital Club, which is my organization of entrepreneurs around the world.
That's hard. And then what started you on your fitness journey? Because obviously speaking, like, you know, you guys are definitely in shape now, but you weren't always in shape. So Nate, could you talk on that real quick?
Okay, so yeah,
Oh.
let's talk about it.
Get a question
Fitness.
for you. It says, Nate, what's your height and weight and what's your goal?
Okay,
Real quick.
So I'm currently 6'1", and I am about 180 pounds. My goal is to be at 195, 200, just lean mass. So right now I'm planning on bulking, putting around 1 to 2 pounds of lean muscle mass every month, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And do that for the next couple months.
Every
Just be a
month?
lean machine. Yeah, 100%, bro.
Damn.
And once I do it, I'm going to teach people how to do it as well. It's easy.
Okay. I need that, brother.
I
All right.
got you, bro.
Sam Bora says, Luke was wondering what you think the best online business model is to start in the recent market. Thank you.
Drop shipping. Like
100%.
it's just so easy, guys. You don't have to be a business genius to make money. What you need to do is be in a situation where you can make money. And what you do is you arbitrage what I call the information gap. If you arbitrage what is the information gap, you add a premium to that information. So for example, right, you get a product from AliExpress that's sitting at $7.99. You've quality tested the product. It's a good product. You decide to sell it to a consumer in the United States for $21, right? There's a markup of $14, but there's a convenience markup. There's a markup, there's a profit, right? There's a delivery of service. Walmart does it. Best Buy does it. Amazon does it. There's a markup for everything. Everything mostly comes from China, Vietnam, Taiwan, places of this nature, Pakistan, India. So there's always markups. But the information gap is that the person didn't know that AliExpress or this other platform offered the product at a cheaper cost. So you have to be able to capitalize on different things. And we like to capitalize on information gaps. That's what we like to do. And now the biggest information gap is, dude, there's so much organic attention on TikTok. You could literally find winning quality products, good products. There's billions of products out there, and showcase it to people, have a front end store and rake in some sales. And if you don't think you have the ability to make $4,000 to $10,000 a month by building a business through organic content, then the problem isn't social media, isn't the opportunity. The problem is you and your inability to perceive opportunity and take advantage of it.
What does this shirt say? Control every opportunity.
Yeah.
That's facts, guys. 100%.
That is facts.
Go ahead, Nick.
No, what I was going to say is people are so focused on becoming millionaires that they're not even focused on making 5 racks a month passively. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. Bro, just learn how to make passively $5K a month.
Learn what money is.
Damn.
Most of you motherfuckers, I ask you to define money right now. You couldn't be able to define it. You're now looking at the screen like a dumb fuck. What is money? People, money is power. Money is influence. Money is whatever. That ain't money, bro.
No.
Define money. So people,
money to me is
money in my definition is, so people have this idea they want to become billionaires. I tweeted about it. I said people want to become billionaires, or they want to have $100 million bankroll, but they don't even know how to control their finances right now. How are you supposed to, like, do you think you're going to just randomly appear one day with $100 million? It's just going to show up? No, you have to become a certain type of person in order to unlock certain types of levels in life. So people are focused on making stuff instead of becoming, and the focus should be on becoming, and therefore you will attract the things that you are.
It's funny. It's funny because like even now, like getting this kind of money into the game from real estate, and also as well, the podcast is like, okay, cool. You get the money, but how do you manage it and keep it? Because I'll say right now, guys, it can go as fast as possible because your imagination, you getting new money, and you know what? Let me get that, and then before you know it, it's all gone. So you're right, bro. It's about managing the money. 100%.
Yeah, and it's people, and we talk about it inside Capital Club, which is the idea of creating, multiplying, and preserving wealth. A lot of people prior to 2020, which was probably the craziest bull run in history, people were creating wealth, right? Companies were forming, billions of dollars were being made. During 2019 to 2021, we had the multiplication of wealth. People were able to multiply their money because money printing was crazy. The speculation was crazy, but people were able to multiply, but very few people were able to preserve. People don't understand how to preserve their money because they don't understand how to think about money, because they don't understand what money is. Therefore, they don't understand how to preserve it, because money isn't real. And when you understand that money isn't real, what you're capturing and what you're tending to and what you're administrating isn't money. It's the energy that's attached to the money that gives you the ability to do things. And that's what you need to be channeling it. So what you guys are doing is you're channeling that energy, right? That is supposed to be developed to build you and build your dreams. And you're giving it to Louis Vuitton, right? And you're developing Louis Vuitton's dream.
That was me.
Right?
That was me, bro.
So you're in a situation where you got to position yourself. And I say this as a hypocrite, right? Because I'm wearing a $600 shirt and I'm wearing a $20,000 watch. So I'm saying it as a hypocrite, but it's the reality of the situation. So you can either build your own dreams and take these funds, this money, and invest in yourself, or you're building, all these other people's dreams because they have convinced you, right, that their product is worth that energy that is expended into that money.
And I look at Myron as a good example. Myron only wears his merch. Like, I mean, it might be to an extreme, but it's smart because, hey, this is my dream. This is my passion. I'm putting my money into this, not anybody else's dream. So it's good.
Yeah, mad respect.
Look, what's your IQ?
I've never done an IQ test.
Me either. We could do one live if you want to, but nah, it's up to you. Franklin said,
I don't care.
Thoughts on Hex?
Scam.
You think so?
Absolutely. 100% it's a scam.
I actually like Hex.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I met the owner, of course.
I know Richard.
Richard Hart, yeah.
Yeah, I know Richard. And I'm very familiar with a lot of ventures and things of this nature. I just, so for example, I'll give you a recent one, right? So Ethereum 2.0 launched, and Hex is basically a fork of the Ethereum 2.0 network instead of being its own original thing. So the guy basically control copied and then control pasted code and raised or locked up $700 million in liquidity off of promises that he was going to make Ethereum better. I don't know. It's just like, it's really difficult. So scam doesn't necessarily mean bad intention. A scam means the inability to deliver what you said you were going to deliver. And I just don't think Hex has the capabilities to deliver that at that level. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm usually right.
Okay. Sam the pilot says $20. Currently making $6K a month and just went through a breakup. Had to move back with my parents. I'm 29 years old and I don't know what to do.
You didn't have to move back with your parents. You chose to move in with your parents because that's your comfort zone. So with $6K a month, you have the ability to literally buy a one-way ticket for $500 to Bali, go live with some creators, go live with some people. You could literally move to fucking Dubai for $6K, share an apartment with another 4 motherfuckers and grind that shit. So the fact that you're saying I'm 29 years old and I don't know what to do is because you're going back to what you've already done. So you need new information, you need new data sets, which means you need to start moving. And you live in California, it's a beautiful place, it's tempting, the weather's nice, things of this nature, but there's other places to see. There's other people to meet, and you have to be willing and able to unlock that information because the Matrix doesn't want you to unlock that information. The Matrix wants you to stay in your mind, to feel isolated and alone, as if that girl, you know, dude, there's 3.5 billion women that are worth having an interaction with. And,
So many.
dude,
So many.
limitless, right? Limitless, more than you will ever see. So if a girl isn't treating you or respecting you the way you should be respected, and doesn't push towards your goals the way that I would want somebody to support me, if they are my number one, then I'm just gonna go have a relationship with somebody else, and that's just the name of the game.
And even for you, bro, your girl supports you heavily, so
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
And but that comes from a situation of expectation management and
It's in the back.
and of prior conversations. You know, I'm in a situation right now where I'm in a situation right now.
Sorry, go ahead. He's turning off. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're looking yellow there. Or just point it that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just point it
Point that
towards
way. There you go. Much better. Cool. All right.
Or what were you saying?
No,
Oh, yeah, so
your girl.
anyways, yeah, so you need to have expectation management, right? So in a relationship, just like anything, you need to be able to control communication streams. So you need to understand how the other person receives the information, and then you have to be able to give that person the information in a way that they can receive it. Just because you said something doesn't mean that you've communicated, right? Because communication is the foundation to any relationship, and in the beginning of any relationship, that those hard questions need to be answered, because I'm not in the business of wasting time, right? I'm in the business of excelling. That's why I believe I am at the age of my mid-20s, I believe I'm far beyond 99.9% of people in my age range, probably up to the age of 40, 50, because I've only been with one woman, right? So my attention, my energy, my focus isn't on chasing ass. It's on chasing my dreams and chasing my fullest potential and fucking focused and working. Like, that's what I'm focused on. There's a reason why the biggest geniuses and inventors and world changers in the world weren't spending time with women. They're out here inventing, doing shit, creating. Look at Nikola Tesla. For as much shit as people call him a dork, a nerd, whatever, the dude would run circles on you in any sort of level: intellect, impact, change, influence. So yeah, an icon. So a lot of these people, they limit their ability to like manifest or play out all of their desires. Just because you feel like you got to go smash doesn't mean you have to go smash.
I will admit, I am a culprit of doing that, and it's my weakness because, bro, I have an addiction. I'm saying it right now on camera. Where like I have to like smash, bro.
No, so perfect. Okay, now this is the scenario. That's very real, right? So you're in a situation where you see me, urges. Bro. Yeah, you have urges, right? Yeah. And that's normal and that's understandable. But you have urges because you have created the tendencies for these urges, right? Yeah. You've done it so often that now you're in a habit that you need to do it. Just like anything else, what you need to do is not to destroy the habit, but to replace the habit with a productive habit, something that makes you feel equally good. The thing is, you haven't felt something or found something that has made you feel equally good. And there are things that make you feel equally good scientifically, just as much as sex, right? Like, you can go into breathing work patterns. You can go into body flow workouts. You can go into full blown workouts where you release certain chemicals, and you're operating in such a level where your testosterone is being maximized and where you are developing yourself. You don't have to always go smash. I'm not saying going and smashing is good, bad, whatever. People have their different opinions. I don't care what you do with your life. I'm just saying, if you're trying to get to the next level, sometimes you just got to put your dick away and get to work, bro.
Facts. Well, guys, from here on, we're going to do 20 and up just because we want to get the show on the road. So we'll do these and then 20 and up. Sharon Bison says, personalfitness.eth, fitness, and many other killer ENS domains available. You guys must get metaverse identity.
We live in the metaverse. This thing right here that you see out here, this is all a metaverse. That's the metaverse I'm trying to conquer.
The real metaverse. Liam Lenover says, planning on graduating from high school and going to sales, not going back to school. What are y'all thoughts?
I mean, just do it.
All right. And we have here Michael Trosting says, top G meets top Jew. Yes or yes?
What?
All right, bro.
I don't know what that means.
Shout out to you, Trosting. Zudar Saint says, the goats are in the building. Also fresh. I make vintage anime shirts. Let me know if you need anything, bro. Yeah, bro. Send it to me, bro.
Oh, this guy came to my event in Amsterdam. He
Shout
came
out.
from New York.
Shout out.
Great merch.
Yeah,
Great merch.
dude. Send it to me.
Handmade,
I'll wear.
bro.
I'll wear it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I support anime, bro. Of course, you know, Nate. I love
Okay,
anime.
just
Bro,
right now,
bro,
give him
yeah.
a 10-second brief so that he knows what to make for you.
One Piece, Sinbad. What else? Hunter x Hunter. Naruto. Oh, sorry, Naruto.
Yeah.
Berserk. Any of those, bro.
Perfect. Boom.
You got to
Done.
range, bro.
And then my PO box is down below, I believe. Or
Is it in the about?
yeah, I'll put it in the belt, bro. So
Yeah,
thanks, bro.
yeah.
Appreciate that. Malachi, DCA right now. Eyes on coins besides ETH. Anything you want to tell them or?
Buy Shopify stock.
Boom. Kenny Held says before your success, you practice visualization. So like visualizing your success.
I mean, your success is guaranteed. This is what you need to understand. Your success is guaranteed. If you go to the gym X amount of times and do X amount of exercises with X amount of diet, with X amount of routine, with X amount of time, you're going to achieve a certain result. It'll look different than other people. Your physique will be different, but you will achieve a certain result. So the importance of understanding this is that you're in control of every situation. There is a guaranteed or a potentially guaranteed output, result. If you put in the work, you just have to fucking do it.
Yeah. We have for Carlos Perez says, Luke, what's your stress tolerance?
Massive, massive stress. Like I'll be in drawdown on trades like $4 million at times. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like we're running shit. You got, dude. People that are doing $1 billion deals, they're doing $1 billion deals, bro. Like that's some I get gray hair type shit. These guys are doing those type of deals. You guys are out here doing fucking deals for like 10 racks. No wonder you're not making money. I'm not in the business anymore of running a drop ship store here and there. No, I'm in the business of, I just want one deal a year. Just give me $100 million deal. I'll work all year towards that one deal. I'll get the big jackpot. So people got to be focusing on understanding how to tolerate stress, because the more that you want, the more that is going to be demanded of you. So you got to be able to level up on your stress levels.
Facts.
Michael says, W Candace, W Roman. All right. Michael says, top Jew. Bro. Sam Putt, thanks for the advice. Big Boy says, you can say that because Einstein was a horn dog, and look at all he did. Come on, my boy.
Yeah. There's different examples for different people.
All right. Ray says, I'm 19, unemployed, but finally seeing improvements in dropshipping business. Should I still look for a job to funnel business?
I mean, you have your job. It's your dropshipping business. That is your job. Your inability to make sales and develop it is just a testament to your inadequacy in business. So you have to level up your personal skill sets, understand marketing, understand persuasion, understand product research, understand supply chain, understand social media marketing, and you should be on your way.
Cool. Fellow Urser says, how do you personally choose a crypto or stock to invest in? Springwater Gang.
Always Springwater Gang, facts. So always you have to bet on teams, right? You have to bet on people. I bet on winners. So for example, in 2017, I put in $16,000 into BNB, Binance coin, at $2, and it went up to about 600 and something. Then in 2020, I put in a $250,000 long position in BNB, Binance, because I counted and I bet on CZ, which is the founder of Binance. I'm a massive fan of his work. He's pretty fucking amazing when it comes to crypto and the innovation that they're doing. So I bet on him. I bet on his token. I bet on his team, and it worked really well. So when I look to invest, I don't look at tokenomics. I don't look at anything besides the team, what they've done and what they're currently working on. That's what matters to me. Why? Because I understand how the intelligent, high liquidity investors think. And they're putting their money behind people, right, that they count on, people that are institutionalized, people that are going to help them multiply their VC money, and that'll help them raise more rounds. So they have to be a certain type of breed of entrepreneur. And if you can spot those, you just have to invest in those, and it's pretty guaranteed ROI, specifically in crypto, because you can get in and out of positions really quick.
And notice, right, Luke did something very important. He did the recon first before he invested. He didn't just say, oh, cool, I heard about this. Nah, I'm going to do some research first about the founders, what they're doing behind the scenes. Then after done my whole research for the whole topic and what's going on, then I'll invest my money. He didn't do it right away. So he waited, did some research first, then invested. So that's pretty smart.
People are out here blaming motherfuckers, bro. Yeah, bro, this Twitter account said, motherfucker, why did you invest? Because some bullshit ass Twitter account. That's your fault.
It's a scam.
You're a scam. Quit scamming yourself. Do some fucking research, study. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody's gonna hand you shit. Don't you understand that everybody's on Twitter to make their own fucking bag? Like, don't you get it? But do you think Alex Becker out here pumping his own fucking NFT bags and his own tokens and all this shit? He does it because he cares about you. Yeah, he made people money, but the dude's out here doing his own thing, dude. He's gone. He gone like the wind with 100 million. These influencers don't give a fuck, bro. You can't be listening to the shit they say. Do your research, take the information, and then go in and operate. Shout out Alex Becker. I'm still a fan.
Yeah, that's a W. That's a W for Alex Becker, bro.
Yeah, I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan.
Yeah. Hey, Luke. This is about Chuck Morka. Hey, Luke. You got 20K to invest in some coins. What coins are good to have long term? VRA Varsity is my favorite so far. Thoughts on it?
I would only be investing right now into tokens that have real teams, real products, and working products with a good user base. So right now, exchange tokens are probably what I would be looking at, but the market will continue to get crushed all through 2023. We might have a bounce here of 20%, because of midterms and things of this nature. We'll see how it plays out. But I do have a couple positions that I'm going to start opening here in the next couple weeks.
Okay. Josh Smith says, hope you're good, Luke, Nate, and Fresh. Can't wait to get a rich and biohack into looking like Baki, Hanma, or something Escape the Matrix people November 14th. Shout out to Baki, man. Top Only says, question for Nate. How did your dating life change after you achieved your fitness goals? Ooh, I want to hear this one too.
Do you guys really want to hear it?
We want to hear it, brother.
Yeah,
Tell them the truth.
I need some livelihood.
Ooh, okay, guys. So, about my dating life. I'm currently not seeing anybody. And I've never seen anybody because I've never been on a date.
So Nate, could you explain to them why? Because you told me this, I was like, hold on a sec. Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, dead ass.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
so like, okay, but tell me why. Tell me why.
It was like no nut November, and now it's like no nut for a long time. Motherfucker.
Wait, but are you a virgin?
I'll talk that off camera with you. It's a good conversation.
Okay, so
As to why potentially not.
So as a guy that maybe has an addiction per se,
Yeah.
why don't you do it?
If you continue saying that, then that's the
No,
truth.
no.
You can't say you have an
I'm-
addiction.
Can I say
I'm
something about that?
trolling. I'm trolling, buddy. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. I can stop it. I'm trolling. But go ahead. I want to hear why you don't, because I think it's very important, because guys, there's two sides of the coin. You don't have to always smash. You could always work on yourself. Maybe have like that monk mode moment. I want to hear why you do it.
One reason was a very good friend of mine. I realized him and I had very similar tendencies, and the only issue was his life with like fucking a lot of girls led down the wrong way. Had a kid, he didn't really want the dude, and I saw that. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And
Turned you off.
Just focused on me, bro. Just focused on me, leveled up, and I am where I am today because of the choices I made, bro. The good and the bad.
So I'll just say this as well, because this to me is very important, because I've realized, okay, cool. I go on a date, I smash a bad chick. What's next? I bust a nut. There's nothing next, bro. It's kind of like these girls nowadays, bro. Like, yeah, they might look bad, whatever, but most of them are not even wifey quality. So all I'm doing right now is I'm wasting time when I do that. However, I will say this: I would say get experience at the very beginning, so you will know what it is. Because I can say this to you all day because I have the experience. But someone that doesn't have the experience, that doesn't know, cool, go out date girls so you know what it's like, and then cool, make a choice from there. That's what I would say. Luke, can you talk about Edward Barney's?
Edward Bernay. So it's interesting. We were talking.
Barney.
So we talked about at Tate's house this idea that breakfast was a narrative that was just propagated, right?
Facts,
So,
bro.
But this is good.
About
guys,
14 hours ago.
real quick, this is very good information. Get your popcorn ready. Listen very intently, because this is going to be very good info.
I'm going to send you a link right now. WebMD, which is
You want to bring it up?
the biggest sources. Yeah, you can just bring it up.
Send it to me on Instagram if you don't mind.
Okay, let me send it to you on IG.
Go ahead.
So we talked about a few weeks ago when we were at Tate's house, this idea that breakfast wasn't all that it was cut out to be. And that, we talked about Edward Bernay. We talked about the propaganda machine that was utilizing marketing tactics and marketing manipulation to start running the breakfast campaign. And the FDA actually put out a research stating that cereal, right? Many of the popular cereals, they are no longer healthy.
Wow.
Right? So what happened in the last 2 weeks? All these people in the fucking TikTok comments saying, sources, trust me, bro. Sources, trust me. I do my research, motherfuckers. I'm a different type of breed. I don't talk out of my ass. When I talk to you guys, it's because I understand what I'm talking about. So now we have situations where these Cheerios that they were giving to you, telling you that it was going to reduce your cholesterol, corn flakes, frosted flakes, Raisin Bran, all of these are now by the FDA, okay, stated to be unhealthy. So what happened? It was healthy a month ago. Now they're healthy.
Bro, Honey Bunches of Oats is bad for you? They lied to me, dog.
The whole time, G. You're out here eating that shit, thinking that, damn, I'm progressing. The Matrix is playing in your ass.
He's bummed out.
The Matrix is playing in your ass. So when I tell you guys, the Matrix is out here to destroy your health, I mean it. And I mean it because it's the truth.
Yeah.
So now the FDA shit is so bad that the FDA has to come out and basically tell you, yeah, Cheerios, they're going to fuck you up. Don't eat Cheerios. Cheerios! This is what moms are out here giving their kids.
Wow. Dude, I'm shocked, bro. Honey Bunches of Oats is oats in the name. I thought it was going to be healthy.
Bro.
Damn.
That's the marketing propaganda.
Damn. Michael Trusian says, Sneeko called me the top Jew in my second interview with him. Fresh, can you say it? Michael, you're the top Jew, bro. Okay, you're the top Jew, bro. Xander says, how can I get into the Capital Club on the 19th? What are the entry requirements and process going to look like? Love your Twitter, by the way. Let it rip.
Yeah, so Capital Club, 2 years ago, I was sitting in bed. I had a multi-million-dollar crypto portfolio, and I was pissed because I had an issue in one of my businesses that I couldn't solve. And I was like, I'm sitting on all this money, but I have no network, right? I don't have a network. I need to start building an entrepreneurial network around me. So 2 years ago, I launched Capital Club. We're in over 70 countries, thousands of entrepreneurs. And on the 19th, we have an announcement of something that we're doing in the biohacking space. And you just got to be tuned in because it's the new fucking wave and we're running it.
All right. Michael says, Tristan Tate or Tristan Tate, Joe Exotic likes us both. All right, brother. Okay. And from here on 20 and up, guys. Franklin says, sorry, but I can hold you to a higher standard. You call Hex a scam, yet incorrectly identify Hex as a blockchain network. It is not that. That's alarming.
I mean, Hex is literally just a smart contract, and you interact with the smart contract just like you would interact with any layer one protocol. So you can build upon it, do things of this nature. I'm very familiar with Hex. Now we'll just have a disagreement on whether it's a scam or not, but time will tell. So you can say it's not, I can say it is. Just because I've been in the crypto space long enough, I can identify certain things, and maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will not have invested into the next Bitcoin. But if I'm right, then you got fucked. So to each their own.
All right. I mean, I've met many people in the space. I think they're great people. I don't know enough to talk about it being a scam or not. I just know that
let me say this. I didn't say he is a scammer.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
the concept.
It's not the concept. Because, for example, is Luna a scam?
Not per se, but
Luna, right? The entire Luna crashes. You could say it's a scam. Why? Because it didn't do what it said it was going to do, right? For example, USD or the Terra TUSD, I think whatever it's called. All these algo stable coins that said that they were going to be stable.
Yeah,
they weren't stable, right? And that is a scam when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, even if it's a small thing. So I don't know. I just don't think in the long term Hex is gonna be able to live out that position. But I still respect the guy. I think the guy's very intelligent, very eloquent, and understands crypto probably better than me. So we will see. We'll see how the tables.
Richard Hart is a real G, man. Shout out to him. Ray says, I've been trying to gain knowledge from books and learn more through them. For some reason, I continue to overthink while reading, so don't gain nothing from them. Does meditation help? What else helps for reading? I mean, personally, from reading, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you got it, bro.
Learning how to learn. You've never been taught how to learn in the first place. So you're in a situation where you're reading a book, you can't internalize any material, You don't want to read the book. You're unmotivated to read the book because every interaction you've had with a book has been bad because it wasn't learning, it was indoctrination. So now you have a bad relationship with books. So you need to re-educate yourself and retrain yourself first on how to learn. So there's a great book called The Art of Self-Learning, if I'm not mistaken. And it basically gives you a nice framework as to how you should be learning. For example, if you pick up a textbook regarding any topic, business development, personal finance, things of this nature, people read them from beginning to end in chronological order as if it was like a novel. But is that the best way to read it? Or should you be going in there to look for specific select information and then carry on? So, there's different ways and strategies of learning. I think people don't know how to learn. So learn how to learn and then learn how to read. And once you do both of those, you'll be able to digest information in a very practical way.
There you have it. Okay. Noah Jefferson says, question for Luke. Any advice for taking action when I'm not seeing financial results yet? I have a solid plan, vision, and work ethic, but sometimes find it hard to trust the process. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's not the process that you don't trust. What you don't trust is yourself. And the reason you don't trust yourself is because you're taking L's, right? So what you need to start doing is you need to start taking like dubs. How are you going to do that? By establishing steps in your life that allow you to claim small dubs. So going to the gym is a dub. Sitting down and having 4 hours of intense workflow that is undisturbed is a dub. Things of this nature, the small things. This is what's going to give you the resilience and the ability to bounce back that we talk about as a fundamental principle to be a good entrepreneur. So if you're not seeing the financial results that you want, there's a few problems. Either something you're doing is wrong, or you don't know, or you're lacking a certain piece of information that would realign how you should be doing things. And I would say that the best way to get that is get a mentor that can look into your business, get a business partner that can dissect your stuff, hire somebody to look into what you're doing. But you need some sort of diagnostic that'll tell you and give you some direction. Even if you can't self-diagnose a problem, you got to bring somebody else to diagnose it for you.
Hey, I was wondering where you drop biohacking tips and where we can learn about that.
Everything's on my IG live, guys.
And what is your IG?
My IG is at Mr. Belmar. So
I'm about to bring this up right now.
Yeah, guys, if you want anything related to biohacking, I gained a lot of knowledge over the years. I've accessed a lot of data points. People are like, hey, where do I start? I'm like, dude, I've been grinding on this for hours up to like 4 a.m. just like reading books, bro. So yeah, I basically grab all that information, digest it into small concepts, and talk about it on my IG live.
Cool. And here's his IG, guys, Mr. Belmar, man. Your followers, dude. I met you, right? You were at like what, 9K followers?
I don't know, bro. It's been blowing up lately. So thank you for all the love, guys. Appreciate it.
We did a vlog, man.
I appreciate it.
And my guys blew up from that. Shout out to them, man. Because you know what? They added value. So here's his page here, man. He's definitely in shape, guys, doing his thing. Went from fat to fit.
So hold up, top right. So okay, guys, this is the power of biohacking. So you're about to see my friend Callum. How many people showed up to the event?
Yeah, so we did a mastermind in Albania, and I want to tell you about Albania. Albania was absolutely
fire, bro. Albania is underrated,
and one of the guys that came to the event, he was already working out, exercising, but he hadn't gone into biohacking mode and into really being able to optimize his health. Yeah. So Nate took him in and he did a 14-day transformation. So this is the transformation, 2-week transformation.
Damn.
Let's see what it is.
Let's see it.
Put the volume.
Is it like music? Like
no, it's a video.
I think the volume is right here.
I know, but is it the music there? Like copyright music?
No.
Oh, we can, no, I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
2 weeks, baby. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks.
Okay. So that's him.
Day one. That's it. Right before the event. 2 weeks after our event.
Not too bad, bro.
Dude, no way, bro.
Wait, what is going on? What is going on?
Biohacking.
Yeah.
Dude, no way, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
And
14 days.
here's how many people were at the mastermind that can attest to this?
Damn.
Like 75.
75 people have seen him in his current state.
That's
Pretty
crazy,
so,
bro. Yo, that's some crazy results, bro.
Yeah, bro, and he has pictures of every day. Like he has the whole process recorded. So
It's all
legit.
tracked. It's all recorded.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay, cool. Gaio Zamje says, "Hey Luke, huge fan. I've been fairly successful with crypto, 7 figures now. However,
Congrats.
I don't have any other active revenue besides trading. You suggest I get into e-commerce? Thanks."
So it depends. You can respond with one more dollar to give me some more context. 7 figures can be $1 million, or it can be $8 million. There's a different strategy for each one. So give me a little bit more context and I'll give you my response.
Zudort says, "Hey Fresh, what size do you and Myron wear for shirts? We both wear medium. Luke and Nate, any sneak peek details on the 300?
No, you will have to wait until the 19th.
He said, "Hell
But-
nah."
But you'll see Fresh there. I will tell you that.
There you go. Let's see. I think that is it, guys.
Fuego.
Let's see. Nigga said, "First trying to look at new holes in Miami." You're funny, bro. Cool. All right. So I need to know myself. I'm curious as well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting into fitness, right? I've definitely like made some measures to kind of like get on the path myself. I'm drinking tea. I'm avoiding sugars, like avoiding like cake, ice cream, all that stuff. So for you, I guess, Nate, what advice would you give to me now getting into like the actual like space?
The first thing I suggest everybody is to work on your mindset in terms of like understanding what is the reasoning behind attaining a certain physique, right?
Mhm.
Is it for external? Is it for me to fuck women? No, because I've never been on a date. So no, it's not that. So what is it? It's realizing that in life, everything gets harder, bro. When you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, shit gets harder, bro. I see old people squatting. They're all bent over. Dude, my own grandma, bro, broke her hip. 50% of people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, bro, will fall and break some sort of bone because of malnutrition. So when I had that wake up call, bro, and I realized at a macro level how the whole food industry worked, I'm like, dude, I literally have to step up my game. So I literally went monk mode and got shredded as fuck.
Wow. And then I guess for you, Luke, as well, why is it important to be fit and to be healthy? Because in this matrix that we're in right now, people are attacking us from the food, the mindset, we'll be watching TV. So why is it important to be fit and healthy?
Because it's the vehicle that will drive your success. That's it. It is the infinite ROI that is attached to your health is immeasurable, right? If you're dead, you lost the fucking game. It's game over. Your goal is lifespan longevity.
Fact.
So when I see comments, people are like, bro, Luke's got to put his biceps has got to grow, all this shit. Yeah, perfect. That's fine. But I'm in the business right now, making sure I live till I'm 120 years old. I don't want to be out here like Ronnie Coleman in my 40s or 50s with basically no legs, even though I was Mr. Olympia. That's not the endeavor. And I understand the passion for the sport and I understand the dedication, but it's just not the life that I want to live. I want to be 90 years old, living in a castle in Italy, healthy as fuck, with no white hair, right? Enjoying myself, being able to go into my fucking garden, breathe fresh air, have no cancer, have no diabetes, have no antidepressant pills, being able to go on my fucking yacht, swim, nice fresh ocean, open up a little bottle of nice white wine, go up to Fresh. Fresh is fit as fuck. Right?
Coming soon.
About to hit 92 years of age, right? And we're chilling on the yacht and we're like, dude, like, all right, perfect. We made it. Like, that's how I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to be the guy with $100 billion bankroll sitting like fucking, Bill Gates. I do not want to look like a beanbag. That's just not my life motto.
Facts. Carlos says, you guys should connect this matrix stuff with the Bible. This ish is a spirit war. God is real. Lucifer/Satan and his fallen angels have controlled the world since the beginning, aka the Illuminati.
I can agree. I can agree with that statement.
I actually agree as well. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I actually agree wholeheartedly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I can agree with that
at
statement.
a macro level, we all know that there's more that more to this world that meets the eye. We know that we're spiritual beings, aka there's infinite amount of possibilities that could happen.
Yeah.
That otherwise wouldn't be a possibility if we're just NPCs. You feel me?
Facts, bro. You know,
Capiche?
listen, you know the dark secrets. Okay, Josh Evans says, Don DeMarco, of course,
Dark secrets. What the fuck?
met Luke in 2019 when I was worth 6 figures. And then after 1 year of implementation of what he told me, I brought into 7 figures.
Fuego.
Real life testament that his mindset teachings work. Much love, brother. There you go.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh.
That's legendary. Guy Zamji says, staying nicely at 22 mil. Also looking forward to joining a Capital Club.
Perfect.
How can I join?
Yeah. So currently it's closed. So right now you're sitting on a $2 million bankroll. So that's pretty good. So what I would do is I would divide that bankroll into 3 categories. So 3 baskets. Ready? First 700K, that's going to be your living expense for the next 10 years. You're going to be living off of 70K. You're not a multimillionaire because right now you're living off of 700K for the next 10 years. That is your budget. That's how you should be budgeting. The next 700K, that's going to go into active income investment opportunities, right? These are going to be investments that yield dividends or that yield active returns. So you could do an Airbnb, or you could do a certain stock portfolio that has a dividend, a healthy dividend payout. And then the remainder is going to go into being dumped into the market, where you'll probably see in the next probably 10 years, it'll go up 10x, right? So your 2 million, you could do nothing, sit on 700K. Your extra million could multiply to 10 million by you basically doing nothing and implementing that strategy in the next 5 years. So
guys,
yeah, that's pretty much.
Luke, sorry to say this, bro.
Too much sauce, bro.
Could you say that one more time?
What the
Guys,
fuck?
he just gave you the blueprint how to keep your money, make money, and live life on your terms. Luke, just say that one more time, please. Could you just give you some 3 good points how to change that money up?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah. So you have to be able to devise a plan to operate for a decade with no reliance on income, right? So you need to be able to separate a piece of your treasury for expenditure that has no ROI attached to it. This is your living expense. So I like to keep that quite low. So right now my monthly expense is pretty high because it's how I'm operating. I operate in a tax-free state, so I have the ability to spend more, but most people don't. The second thing, what I would tell people is your second category is your active income investment. So you need to be able to establish a portfolio that is generating certain passive income, whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks that provide dividends, whether it's some sort of yield farming, crypto farming, things of this nature. You can do all of that as long as it's secure, because that money is going to be the money that replenishes your original pool of money. And then the remainder is going to go into the market when the market is bottomed out, or you can dollar cost average into the market starting maybe 6 months to a year from now. And that will probably multiply to a 10x if it's the proper investments in the next couple of years. So that million that you put in, in the next 5 years, you could be worth 10 without doing basically anything.
Fire. Okay, Ray says, Luke, I want you to change my friend's views on his life. He's 20, has no job, no passive income, focusing a lot on his girl that wants nothing to do with him. Damn. Please let him know what his first actions should be. He won't listen.
Well, that's the first action. He has to listen. So whenever he's ready to listen, let me know.
Skit says, is school important or a waste of time? Is it part of the matrix? If yes, should I drop? If no, why?
Who created the school system? Okay. And did they create it for your advantage or your disadvantage? Answer both of those questions and then let me know. Who created it and why did they create it?
Yes, sir.
This is one I have a question too as well for this one. What time should I go to bed and wake up?
Whenever. So different people are on different cycles. And this comes from kind of a primitive train of thought that there were certain people of the tribe that were focused on sleeping during the daytime because they had to protect the village or protect the surroundings at nighttime. They were the guard. And then you had the people that were on the regular schedule. So I sleep, I'm in a regular schedule, wake up 5:36 in the morning. We're at the gym by 6, and then usually in bed by midnight. So we usually operate on 6 to 7 hours of sleep.
And okay, for me, I'm always on the go, back and forth. You know, I'm outside networking, stuff like that. However, should I take naps during the day? or should I just wait to sleep at night?
I mean, I think naps are good.
Okay.
I think naps are healthy. And I think you can put yourself in a situation where if you're not doing 5-hour naps, you're good. Like if you got to chill,
hour or
slow
two.
down, go
Okay.
for it.
Perfect. Destroyer of imps. Luke, you should look into Lou Corona. He's nicknamed the healthiest man on earth. He's 70 and looks like late 40s. Can do 7-minute planks and cured himself from head tumors and asthma naturally.
Send me the links on Instagram.
I believe
It's
it.
dope. Michael Trostein says, "Hi, Luke, another guy. His name's Nate, by the way, just so you know. My name's Trostein. I'm French's housekeeper. I do his laundry."
Bro, let the man keep tipping you, bro. I need more of those comments. Keep it rolling, bro.
He's trolling me, bro. Callan Roberts says, "Nate, can you name a few actual food/meals that you recommend for everyone to start eating to grow muscle and stay lean? #biohacking."
100%. Yes, what I would implement, really good one, just based off of how inexpensive it is for the quality of nutritional value you're getting, would be eggs. I would combine eggs with Himalayan salt and then black pepper, which has potentiating bioavailability, which basically enhances your veins, and it's easier for you to absorb the nutrients of your food. So I would combine salt, Himalayan salt, or just any kind of healthy salt with black pepper, organic black pepper, and I would add hemp seeds to that because it's very clean, high amount of protein. So yeah, that's a good light meal.
How many eggs? 2, 3, 4?
Dude, I do anywhere 3 or 4.
Okay.
3 or 4, yeah. And then some coconut amino acids, and you got yourself a really clean, light, healthy meal on the go, bro.
Nice. Michael says, "Hi, Luke, another guy. Hypothetically, if you were a dancing comedian and your 2 perfect 10 girlfriends were getting nailed by Big Mo, what would you do?"
Wait, what the?
Don't mind him. He's trolling. He's trolling. He says, "Hi, Luke, another guy, Nate. Sorry, I didn't know your name because Fresh keeps me in his dungeon before it's time to do laundry again." Okay. All right, brother. D Train says, "Like I'm 18, not going to college, currently learning Facebook ads, and flipping electronics on eBay. Any tips to be financially free as a young man and start working?"
Yeah, start flipping at a bigger level. If you understand the fundamentals of flipping, everything is deal flow and everything is deal making. And what you're doing is you have a margin. So figure out businesses and endeavors where you can have a bigger margin and a bigger cut for the time that you're investing, and you'll make more money. So you have already you've understood the law of arbitrage. Now you need to be able to multiply and maximize it. And that comes from pursuing bigger deals. So if you want confidence in bigger deals, get in the room with people that do bigger deals, show that you want to work, put yourself in a situation where you learn, and you'll start maximizing your time.
All right. Michael again says, "Hi, Luke, another guy, Nate. Did you see the pink thong in the background? It belongs to my mother."
I think we should let Michael continue tipping and not read his.
Daniel says, "The myth on breakfast changed my life. It's nuts how I feel I was placeboed into eating soon as I wake up. Consciously eating has shown me I don't need very often. Best fasting tips."
Best fasting tip, Nate?
No, you know what's hilarious?
Here, leave the comment up real quick.
Yeah, he's like the myth of breakfast. I used to be one of the biggest, and he knows, he can attest
He
to
was
it.
a fucking pig at breakfast.
Bro, it was so bad. It was so bad, guys. Waffles, pancakes, Captain Crunch, you name it, bro.
Gallon of milk, bro, is disgusting.
No,
It was
dude, it was
worst.
bad. But it was the most important meal of the day, and I never stopped and questioned that, bro. Like, who told me that? My mom. Okay, who told her that?
Yeah.
Some motherfucker in his house writing his book, convincing, bro. It's amazing.
I didn't know either, bro.
Bro, nobody knows, bro.
Wow.
Best fasting tip, if you
Start with intermittent fasting.
Start with intermittent fasting. Sparkling water is really good to keep you kind of full when you feel hungry, and don't have the foods in your house that you shouldn't have. They're going to tempt you to break your fast or break your diet. So don't have temptation nearby.
I concur to agree.
Okay, we were shout out to Emmanuel Ramirez for joining. Remember, shout out to you. So we were at dinner yesterday, right? Speaking about a few topics about e-commerce, money, investing, health, and all that stuff. We spoke about the crazy Asian story.
Oh yeah. So
what is that?
Yeah. So I've been to 46 countries now. So my goal is to visit every country in the world. I think if you have the ability to visit the entire map, right? Because you've already beat the main kind of quest. Now you're already like focused just on living side quests. It's really kind of, and I like being in a situation where I like to travel. When I went to Singapore in 2019, we're talking about like fuck you money, right? Because I see how people play here in Miami and things of this nature. It's cool, it's fun money, it's good money. But when you go to Singapore, that's money. So let me tell you the story. So I'm with my boys. We got to a club, and and I don't know if it's cultural. I don't know how it works, but basically you can bid for the stage girls, not stage girls as in strippers, but the cocktail waitresses to come and drink with you, right? So we're in a situation where we go to a club with some of my boys, and they start a bidding war, right? Because it's a tip on how much they want to tip or bid for this girl to come and just drink, like drinks, just do some drinks. Bid starts at $200. So I think it's like this blonde looking Japanese girl. Starts at $200, $400, $800, $1,000, $4,000, $10,000, $20,000. So this is people bidding actively, different tables. So now it's a dick contest of who can bid the highest to have this girl basically come and just slam some shots with you. Final bid.
What?
80,000 Singaporean dollars paid on the fucking card right there in front of everybody for this Japanese blonde girl to come and sip some cocktails with you. That is some real fuck you money. So when you see all these people flexing bullshit online, you see Miami, you see this shit, just know that somewhere on the other side of the world, there's this crazy rich Asian just dropping 80 G's to have some random cocktail waitress drink a couple sips with them.
Context.
That is
context.
Context is definitely there, but that's an L, bro. Just to get her to sip drinks with you, that's an L, bro.
Is it an L though? Is it an L if you can drop something like if it was a lollipop?
It probably felt
okay. Let me give you a context.
In perspective,
let me give you
for him,
perspective.
it's
if
nothing.
you gave a girl $10 to like take a shot with you, it wouldn't make a difference.
I mean, I wouldn't, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not saying in the sense of like giving it to them to force them, but as a tip. Because that's what it is.
Okay, a tip, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's an 80 G tip to convince the girl to come drink with you. It's fucking nuts, G.
Oh, okay. If you put it in the tip frame, yes, but to
context,
literally, however, like just come drink with you, that's an L, bro. Okay,
massive L.
I wonder what people are saying about that.
Ray says not. Okay, so he won't listen. Yeah, bro. If you won't listen, then it will make sense. Keelan, thank you, Nate. And chance you can name another good meal. Your name one. Michael says, "Hey, look." Okay, cool. He's the guy again, though. Shout out to waifu watchers in the chat.
What up, waifu?
Don DeMarco.
G.
Waifu watchers, man, says, how much money should I get set aside for waifu figures?
I would say you need at least $10K a month.
10K a month, bro. Yo, I got asked on Nate. Since you don't have a girl, would you get a waifu?
I've been thinking about it.
There you go. Cool. So I guess the next question is, Luke, for me at least. Luke, what would be your best advice for somebody that doesn't know where to start? They're in school or maybe out of school, looking for a path to follow. What should they do? Should they look at research regarding getting like a new job or, getting to like a skill? What should they do in your opinion?
They need to be intentional, right? So you need to have a goal. You need to have an end objective for everything that you do. So when you wake up in the morning, why the fuck are you waking up? Are you just waking up? You go to your job. Okay, why are you going to your job? If you ask most people have no goal. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what they want. So before you move, you have to know what you want. What do you want out of your life? What do you want out of your health? What do you want out of your business? What do you want out of your work hours? Like, what do you want? And then you make a plan, a retroactive plan on how to achieve that. Now, you don't have to do it in a very big level. You don't have to be super specific, but all you need to do is figure out what is the next step. And usually the next step is clear when you have the big picture in mind. So most people are reactive in life instead of being proactive. Reactive means that when a situation arises, you interact with the situation as if the situation was created by chance. But I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in in just this idea of fate. I believe that circumstances are created, shaped, and molded by men and by women. And if you think that it's by random, it's because you don't understand how the world works. Things don't just randomly happen. Things happen because things happen. And if you understand how things happen, you can control and influence things, right? Which we talk about being in control. So you have the ability to control situations. And what you can control is the amount of input that you commit towards a certain skill set or towards a certain work ethic. So once you understand that that's kind of the name of the game, then you play accordingly.
And this is Luke's Instagram here, guys. So you could go follow him as well. Go support him. And Capital Club will be open, I guess, soon. So when it's open, you can hit him up to jump in there as well. Pretty cool Instagram page.
Yeah. So actually go to the one, go down. I'll tell you a little story. You see the NFT, don't click on the NFT, go right on top of it, the boat. Okay. So this was, so the title says, look at me. I am the captain now. So if you scroll to the right, I made a prediction about Luna. And this is when I opened up my Luna short. Starting price was $102. And I basically posted this on my Instagram story because I realized that Luna was a scam, and I called the Ponzi close to an all-time high. So it went up to I think it went up another like 12 or 15%, and then it dumped to zero if you continue going. And I basically made a public call with a $50,000 short.
Damn, this aged so well, bro.
Ponzi short.
Aged beautifully. And my $50,000 bet turned into 2.9 million in 5 days. So
damn,
there you go.
Work smart, not hard.
You know what I realized about money and wealth and success? Like, you think you know everything about money, you don't. There's things that you don't know, other people know. And if your ego to say, if your ego is like too much to bear, where you can't even like say, you know what, I'm gonna humble myself and ask for advice, then you lose. Because guys, you don't know everything. Like, you think, okay, for example, I know about Instagram, I know about marketing, I know about, like, you know, of course, YouTube, but like, I don't know everything. He might know more than me, he might know less than me. The point is, if I don't ask a question, I may not know. So my thing is, like, he knew what was happening, you know, for the future as foresight. Hey man, you never know. So that's what I gotta say. Everywhere I go, I see his face.
I agree with you. That's Do Kwon. Shout out to Do Kwon. Thank you for making me money. So what I would say to that is, you know, I get a lot of comments usually saying, oh, well, he got lucky, right? You got lucky. I mean, does it matter whether you got lucky or not? I prefer being lucky and retired than unlucky and fucking working.
Facts.
The thing is, you call it luck because you don't understand what I know. You couldn't even fathom the information that's inside this fucking brain, right? So because you can't fathom it, you think that it's luck, and it's not luck. It is by design, and that you can create a life by design if you put in the work, you put in the hours, you do your research, and you dedicate yourself to learn what the peasants don't know.
Facts. Guys, like the video, man. We dropped some heavy game on this show.
Bro.
Sub to the channel, man. 100K on the way. Guys, I want you to go back as well to the main channel, right? And I want you to look at the prior vlog we did in Romania, because that was legendary, guys.
That was a great time.
I want to see that video
We
again.
first met in Romania, and that, come on, like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw you, I was like, bro, who are these guys? Why are they in the Tate House? I'm like,
It was random for
yeah, because I'm like, why are they here? Like, who are these niggas, bro? Right? And I'm like, no, I'm kidding, I thought it was right. Then I'm like, cool. Let me hear what they gotta say and listen. And the more I listen, I'm like, damn, they're dropping some gems, they're showing some love, and it's like, hold on a second. Health, fitness. Let me listen to me, because I don't know that much about health and fitness. I mean, I know some from Myron, but like, I don't know everything. And guys, that was a freaking adventure. So this one hit 104K views, guys. Crazy.
No offense, KFC. I know KFC is different here and stuff like that. KFC, Taco Bell, all this shit, bro. It is designed deliberately to destroy you. It is tools.
I love how I'm talking. I love how I'm talking about KFC right next to Tristan. For their birthday, they went out and got KFC to reminisce the good old days. Shout out to Tristan, bro. Shout out T. Shout out
Tristan Tate, man. The real top G.
Hilarious. That's why I eat a lot of Michelin star restaurants and things of this nature.
Yeah, bro. I flex at restaurants, bro.
Organic cannabis and things of this nature. If it wasn't done with love, why would I consume it? If it's done for profit, right? That's why I don't vape. These fucking Chinese shops, it's all profit. I would never touch something that's all for pure profit. If it's not done with love, care, and excellence, So these are fucking G.
Cigars
bro.
are great. Nice little Cohibas in hand.
So that's one of my criteria. Is like, bro, it needs to be made with love.
Fire, bro. I think that's a pretty good standard, Fresh. What do you think?
I think so too, man. But yeah, guys, go back and watch this, man. This is a great vlog, man. 24 minutes of
Check it
pure
out,
gems and
guys.
games, man. And you know, thank God that
It's good content, bro. It's packed with a lot of information.
Oh, did you get a nice little?
Oh, so fun
freshed
fact:
up?
Yeah.
in Romania, before you get a haircut, they actually wash your hair first. I was like, what the?
They don't do that here in Miami.
No, they don't, dude. They wash it before and after. I'm like, bruv. So the top G.
Stop it, man.
Yeah, guys, go check this out.
And this is something I'm big on entrepreneurship, bro. Is like health and wellness, dude. Because it's like Tristan just said, bro. If you ain't alive,
You fucked up.
So okay,
And people are like, but you're smoking a cigar, right? And that's people's argument is you're smoking a cigar. It's not about the issue isn't the cigar. The issue is the lifestyle, right? The lifestyle that propagates the cigar smoking on a regular basis. That's the issue. The issue is when you form bad habits. Smoking a cigar isn't the issue. The issue is when you have compounding toxins in your body that you're just building up for decades and decades and decades. That shit will play out and manifest in your life. You know, we talk about fat not storing energy, but fat also stores toxins. So for all these people that are extremely overweight, your body is storing a ton of toxins and you have to be able to get rid of that shit. So that's why we're big on this entire life message of developing self. Nothing else matters. What else is there to do? What you're going to make more millions?
What's very interesting is the dichotomy of how people will want to level up in video games, but don't want to level up in real life.
That was me, dude. I would play games
same, bro.
all day, all night, dude. I spent my whole summer as a kid playing online games like Cabal, Last Chaos, Dragon Quest, and I was a top player, bro. Like niggas feared me, bro. Plus 15 weapons, bro. Ultimate armor. But then I was like, bro. I wake up the next day in real life. I'm like, damn. I'm still skinny as hell. I'm not in shape, and I'm still at square one.
Yeah.
So it's like I level up in the game, but like in real life, I'm still a loser. So you're right, bro. Leveling up in games is cool and all, but it's real life that really matters.
It's a distraction. There's a guy, I believe his name is Yuri. I don't know his last name, but he works for the World Economic Forum, which we know is designed to destroy humanity. And he talks about the way to kind of manage the useless people in societies through drugs and video games.
Damn, that's powerful. Daquan says thoughts on trying to become a successful YouTuber. So I can answer this one, bro. Offer it, bro. Keeping 1,000 with you, most people are gonna fail. Not because you're not good, but it's because there's so much competition out there. You have to stand out. But the biggest thing, and me and Myron preach this all the time, is being consistent. Guys, you could have the best gameplay, the best setup, the best equipment, the best lifestyle. But if you just post once a month, once every 2 months, it won't go nowhere. You got to be consistent. So every week, you're posting at least 2 to 3 videos because guess what? YouTube rewards consistent posting because it puts you in the algorithm and puts you for recommended videos and so on and so on. So with YouTube, guys, you have to be consistent, 1. And I would say 2 is be unique in what you do. So for example, there's a method of YouTube growing where you follow someone's proven method, like for example, Go Digger Pranks. You do it as well, you're gonna get views. Problem is, once that fizzles out, that face fizzles out, like that whole like trend, what are you gonna do next? So my thing is, we're all good at one thing or another. You're good at e-commerce, you're good at health, fitness, crypto, biohacking as well. I'm good at Instagram, YouTube, marketing. Cool. Now with that skill that I've acquired or like my knowledge, I can share that with YouTube because guess what? Most people don't have that knowledge itself. So that's how you can stand out and be unique. But my thing is, guys, once again, number one thing is be consistent. So,
you know, it's very interesting. It's what you said is consistency, but it can also translate and apply to different areas of life, like learning the right data points in terms of information. Very interesting because Luke and I were hanging out with a friend, and a homeless man approaches us and asks us for money in a very
Was I there or no?
No, this was in Barcelona.
This was in Barcelona, and Luke said, "You know what's the difference between?"
So I was talking to some
Yeah.
drop shipping, some e-commerce kids, and we were talking about this idea of this homeless, not this homeless guy, but this guy that's like selling beads and stuff on the side of the street comes up to us, and he's charismatic and all, and he's like, "Where are you guys from?" And he tries to sell us a bead for €2, and we're like, "No, I don't need this shit. It's garbage, right?" So no, thank you. We don't buy it. And I look at the drop shipper who's sitting across from me, and I was like, okay, you are doing basically what he's doing, but you're doing it on the internet to a lot more people, and you're advertising. What is the difference between you and him? Just the information that you have. That's it. So your job right now is to fucking unlock information. Yeah. That's what the system wants to keep you away from: information and community. They want to keep you away from truth, and they want to keep you isolated, making you feel that your problems are just your own, that nobody's experiencing what you're experiencing, that you are the center of the universe. Depression is centered around usually me and how you perceive things. But when you can take an exterior approach and you look at a macro view of the world and you gain some perspective, right? Perspective is clear. Then you start realizing that things aren't as bad or aren't necessarily the way that they're portrayed to be. So you can have a lot of control in decision making, but you need to be able to retrain yourself. You need to be able to re-educate yourself, and you are going to be indoctrinated either way. The question is, who is going to indoctrinate you? Is the system going to indoctrinate you, or are you going to be the one that says, I will indoctrinate myself with what I want to become? And you force yourself through self-indoctrination to go through a process where you automatically become somebody new.
Powerful, man. Tim Pham says, question for Luke. I'm currently working on my videography/photography business, and my niche is real estate. My income from hustle is okay. How would I be able to pivot to a higher income business? Any tips?
Learn a higher income skill. Learn a higher income skill. If you want to get into a different income business, you need to understand what makes more money. So if you're gonna be doing videography or you're going to be doing things of this nature, you need to know that it is a highly competitive, low-paying gig. Instead, I would allow it as a situation where it gets you into the room with the best real estate agents of the world, build the relationships with them, and potentially get into real estate, right? So you need to be able to use value points as insertion points into the market where you're going to receive advantages, right? The reason I can sit in rooms with billionaires, or why opportunities for deal flows come my way, is because I'm putting myself in a situation where that can take place and that can happen. So if you're doing videography for real estate, you want to make more money, you want to learn a new skill, maybe real estate is that, because you're there 24/7. So why not double down on that? Now that you already have the foot in the door, might as well just maximize that, learn the skill set of real estate, everything that entails real estate. And now you're in a situation where you are on both sides of the deal flow. Now you control the entire supply chain from the moment you interact with the customer to what the customer is experiencing to what is marketed and what's portrayed. So now you control the entire supply chain. So focus on real estate potentially, and that could give you a long-term solution to stay within your niche while simultaneously carving out a strategic path to generate more money long-term.
Cool. Monarchs One says, hey, Fresh, I'm an Uber driver and have zero convo starters with girls. Like, are they just NPCs? Because sports mostly are off the table because they don't know about sports. Any tips? Yeah, bro. So honestly, bro, I'm telling you guys, it is not that hard to talk to girls. And I know it sounds like weird. It's not hard. What are you talking about, bro? It's difficult. Dude, if I can do it of all people, why can't you? So let me explain. It's as simple as saying what's around her in that area. For example, indirect approach. This is super simple, right, guys? You see a girl, she's walking, maybe she's holding like a cup, right? Or maybe like a cool bag, or like a shopping bag, right? You say, hey, I'm curious, are there any good items in that store? Or like, for example, hey, that's a nice cup. Where'd you get it from? It's that simple. It starts, the number one thing is which interaction. It's like an icebreaker, right? Once you respond to that, then you can segue into what you really want to ask. So for example, yeah, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to talk to you real quick. Hey, my name is so-and-so. What's your name? You're mad cute, by the way. And that's it. You start a conversation. And once again, guys, once you're in this setup, right, what you want to do is be the one asking all the questions. And from there, you let it roll. Hey, I like your vibe. You're pretty cool. You know, when you're free sometime, I want to take you out. What's your number? That's it. It's simple. But once again, you know what it is? Is you're in your mind saying, you know what? The pressure is damn, it's high, man. She might curve me. Dude, we get curved all the time. The problem is you let it bother you. We don't. So guys that don't let it bother them, they move forward. Hey, she curved me. Cool. Who's next? It's a numbers game, guys. So
You know what's hilarious is that one thing that translates in one category
Leave
of
that
life.
comment because I actually have a different perspective on this. Quick,
Really?
Go
Yeah.
No, I
Go
was
for
going to say translates into other areas of life because in business it's the same exact thing. The true heroes and the guys that win, aka for you guys, the guys that get pussy, whatever. In the business scenario, it's the guys who are successful because yes, if you don't keep going and trying to talk to the girl or trying to do another business or a different pivot or different angle because hey, maybe the product was right, but it was the wrong audience. We always talk about the wrong audience. One thing translates from one area in life to another. I just find that
it's sales, brother.
It's all
Sales.
synergetic. So he says, "Hey, Fresh, I'm an Uber driver. I have 0 combo starters with girls. Like, are they just NPCs? Because sports mostly are off the table because they don't talk about sports or any tips. So automatically, what you've done here, can you go back to it? Can I destroy this for a second?
Go ahead.
So we talk about. I see the first thing is you're blaming, right? So you're blaming that girls are NPCs because they don't talk about sports. You already know girls don't talk about sports. So that's already off the table, period. Why? Because sports aren't fucking interesting to most people. You know why they're not interesting to most people? Because they don't say anything about you.
Boring.
They don't say anything about you. So the problem is you aren't a conversation starter. You need to become so interesting that you are a conversation starter. So if you're an Uber driver, that's totally fine. That's not an issue whatsoever. But you have to have conversation starters. So you have to go out of your way, develop a certain lifestyle, develop certain habits, do certain things that will allow you, right, to have conversation starters. And the best part is, like he said, is when you control the conversation by asking questions. When was the last time you actually sat down and thought about 10 questions that you could ask every human that are worth asking, right? You don't have that list, but you could have that fucking list in 10 minutes if you just sat down and fucking used your brain. So those are the tips. Utilize your brain, stop blaming other people, and find conversation starters by doing dope shit.
You know, it's funny.
Fire.
I've been on so many dates. I can ask the exact same questions multiple times a day, and it's pretty much the same response. It's just hilarious, bro. Derek, cool. Shout out to you, Billy the Kid. These are guys 20 and up. We're gonna read. Anything else? We'll just put on the screen. Kenny Held, Adakan Basak says, Nate, recently started working out and learning the benefits of intermittent fasting. I'm already struggling to eat enough calories to growth. Any tips for getting enough healthy calories in a 4 to 6 hour time window? I'm 183 centimeters, 67 kg.
Yes, 100%. So what I would do is I would focus on clean protein powder with low carbohydrate. I would combine that with creatine monohydrate. He says he's 183. So I would suggest anywhere from 4 to 5 grams. But dude, you want to have not whey protein, because whey protein, unless it's super clean, you want to highly avoid it. So I would do high amounts of protein powder that is clean and low in carbohydrates.
And I guess you can post like your recommendation on your Instagram.
Yeah, that works. I can do that
because we have some really high quality vegan protein that we take that is really clean to meet that caloric intake that is required to meet our goals. So post it on your Instagram later today.
Cool. Fire. Okay, we got Ray. Shout out to Ray, man. All right. Deflex. Shout out to you as well. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up in a sec. Let's get your last questions in. If not, we're gonna be out of here. Billy the Kid. So
Should I mention something about products? I'm gonna make it generic enough for people that aren't necessarily in e-commerce to understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, how do we go about testing a potential product to sell? So the first thing that you need to do, right, and this goes to anybody that wants to start a business, you have a business when you have something to sell, whether it's a physical, a digital, or a service product. You need to figure out what to sell. So in order to figure out what you want to sell, first you need to figure out who you're going to sell to and what does that demographic need, right? Because you need to identify a need. The person that supplies the need of biggest importance makes the most money. So if you're in a situation where you provide a solution to a big need, whether it's illusionary big need or it's a real big need, it doesn't matter. It's how it's perceived, right? Like COVID, some people perceived it as a scam. Some people perceived it as a massive legitimate thing, right? Regardless, it had massive attention, therefore yielded trillions of dollars of money and profit to multiple entities around the world. So how do you find a winning product or figure out a product to sell? Learn people. You need to study people and you need to understand audiences, because there's so many products out there. How you're going to make a difference isn't the product necessarily that you're selling, unless it's crazy unique. It's very hard to find something crazy unique that isn't already invented, but it's who you're selling it to. So you're not in the business of finding winning products. You're in the business of finding winning audiences that are ready to spend money, right? And then be able to supply their needs in accordance to your understanding of them. So study people, study anthropology, right? Which is the study. So anthropology of consumerism, for example, the study of consumer behavior, and then understand how people's psyche works and what are the tendencies or triggers that make them make decisions positively or negatively. For example, in the instance of dating, we can talk about like the questions. We had the guy that asked it, like, or what type of questions can you ask a person? Type of questions that you can ask are questions that are going to establish some sort of rapport or familiarity.
Open-ended questions.
Yeah, open-ended questions that give you an understanding of finding a common ground. So, for example, you want to find a winning product, you need to have a common ground in your narrative or in your ad that is going to appeal to that individual. So there's a lot of multiple angles to it, but I would say study people and study the psychology of crowds, and it's a pretty good place to start.
On the market for that. Nick WK says, Luke, I'm using your book list and starting a sales job tomorrow. We'll put 50K in crypto in 6 months. Also, cutting right now to Mr. Belmar status to build and monetize the fitness audience. Start hacking like fresh. Good plan?
Sounds like you got a lot on your table, dude. Let's get it.
So you just prioritize things into goals, right? So you have a lot of big goals right there, like putting 50K into crypto, starting your job, doing other stuff. Just find what is your main goal and then make that the priority and make everything else encompassing around that. Don't have 9 priorities.
Spencer James, shout out to you, $20. All right, and you want to see this one?
Yeah. So I just put out YouTube videos whenever I want to, and I delete them when I want to because maybe some information is too valuable to be out on the internet. So we put it up, we take it down in accordance, and just different way of operating.
I don't know why you want me to smile, bro.
Fresh as a stud.
So they can see me, brother. Okay, so guys, we'll do this on the show. My favorite part of the show, last thoughts. So anything you want to leave the audience with? Announcements, updates, last message to them, how they can improve. We got you. Last thoughts?
You can genetically reprogram yourself and change your life.
And where can I find you, bro?
What does that mean? Break that down.
Yeah.
So what it means is you as a human being are made up of atoms, right? And you're made up of molecules, and you're made up of all these amazing things that are keeping you together, and you're not literally deteriorating. But we're not in school. They don't really teach us how to take care of ourselves, how to take care of your body. Like, what's the purpose of food? For most people, it's just to eat it because they love the dopamine.
You know, it's funny. I thought it was for taste, but I was totally wrong.
Totally.
It's supposed to be for nutrients.
It's all nutritional value. Like,
yeah.
What's like that? How do I live longer? So yes.
All right. And
for me,
where can I find you on Instagram?
You guys can find me on Instagram. Anything related to biohacking, I'm always dropping sauce there. It's at Mr. Belmar.
Cool.
So what's the question again?
Question is last thoughts for the show. Anything you want to leave the audience with? Announcements coming up. Trips coming up.
Drum roll.
Alicia, what was your question? Because if it wasn't $20 and up, I didn't read it, so I don't know what it was. Go ahead.
I'm thinking.
This is gonna be deep, guys. He's thinking about it. In the meantime, like the video, guys. Sub to the channel, man. 100K on the way. Let's go.
What would happen? What would happen if for the next 365 days you gave it your all? Like, what if for the next 365 days, not 366, not 364, what if for the next 365 days you didn't self-sabotage? who would you be if for the next 365 days you didn't quit? Who would you become? What type of person would be bred from that trial, that tribulation? I want to find out. And I think that you're doing a disservice to you, to your family, to your lineage, to your future generations if you don't try to achieve your fullest potential. So strive for greatness, because on the other side of this pain, this bullshit, this trial, this struggle is greatness, and you can unlock it. But you got to put in the fucking hours. You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And you got to put in the 365 motherfucking days.
All right, and last one here. Luke, I've been improving my mindset. I have a full job, but I feel it absorbs all my time. And I want to think I'm predator, but I can't to reduce my money. Any recommendation?
Okay, so Luke, I've been improving my mindset. I have a full-time job that absorbs my energy and time. I want to think, but I know that I can't reduce my money. Any recommendations? You have to work more hours.
Bam.
That's it. You just have to spend more time. More time. That's all you have. You have more time. So after this, you should be clocking in 3 hours, not scrolling on TikTok. You should be clocking in 3 hours on figuring out how to make more fucking cash.
Yeah. Spencer, I saw that, brother. What was your question, bro? Just answer real quick, because we didn't see it just now. So
yeah, it wasn't attached on your last thing.
Millionaires incoming out of that motivational speech. Yep, very true. I'm sure the chat enjoyed this stream. Very good stream as well. Good gems here,
bro. Everybody keeps saying Kanye West, bro. This is the third time today that I get talked about Kanye West. I don't watch Kanye West. Is there something going on with Kanye West?
He's been speaking out a lot more about what's really going on. Also talking about NPCs as well, which is hilarious. So yeah, we need Kanye on the podcast, bro. Hey, I'm gonna make that happen, bro. Watch.
I believe
one day.
I believe too.
Yo, Spencer, I don't see you in here, brother. Can you guys real quick? We're waiting, bro. We're waiting. Yeah, the stream will be here. So you guys can watch it over, because many gems in here, guys.
Scroll up. We had a negative comment. I want to address it.
Which one?
I'm a G. Go up. Hang on. Go right here. Right there. Okay, perfect. Luke, tell us about your day selling courses and now selling e-com, finessing everybody. You're good at finessing the dumb. I've never sold a course. I will never sell a course. I will never charge motherfuckers for a course. I made tens of millions of dollars on my own fucking back. Always provided value for years. I've been here longer than you in the community. I will be here long after you're fucking gone.
Bro. You've made millionaires.
I've created millionaires out the fucking ass. We literally just had a testimonial from Josh saying he went from 6 figures to 7 figures because of me.
Bro.
So I've never sold a course. I will never sell a fucking course because I don't need it. And I love courses, and I pay for courses. I pay 10 grand for courses. I just don't need to do one. So suck a dick.
Bam. There you have it. All right, Spencer. I didn't see your chat, brother. Oh, here we go. Left uni. A full ride. Moved home because F Matrix. In community college now because parents. Should I pursue drop shipping, trading, or SMMA? What's SMMA?
Social media marketing agency.
Oh, okay.
You should pursue drop shipping, 100%. I've already said it. Social media marketing agency. You're a slave to your clients, unless you're going to do some sort of services that don't require a lot of people. Trading, too much risk, low return, a lot of high probability of failure. Drop shipping, low income necessary to start, low budget necessary to start, infinite potential if you are well informed. So that's pretty much the advice for me, Brother Fresh.
And guys, I want to thank first of all Andrew Tate for connecting us together, because if we didn't meet at Andrew Tate's house, at Tristan's house, we would never have this stream. So shout out to Andrew Tate for
Shout
that,
out
man.
to the boys in Romania.
We had a great time. And guys, we're gonna enjoy Miami. They're here for a couple more days. We'll chop it up with you guys soon, probably again. And guys, let's close out with a banger. What's the banger?
The banger is get to fucking work, motherfuckers, because ain't nobody doing it for you.
Level up your character in real life.
Give me some push-ups.
Let's go.